Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now I am a bit late posting this video because Kabam did drop this last night as I was going to sleep, and I did have a fairly packed day, but nonetheless better late than never. And we finally do have full list of champions and full list of drops in the Jubilant crystal, as well as the quantities for the SBC Banquet crystal as well. So that is where we're going to start with Superior Banquet Crystal, because I said, like, what is going to make or break these crystals is going to be the exact quantities of stuff in there. And, well, let's carry on. So, we saw the drop rates, and we know these drop rates in the game individually. I'm not going to, like, cross-reference each one of these here in this video, but for most part what we do need to know is that it has about 66% chance to give something that actually does have value, because it's going to be the 7-star 6 stones. Didn't count 7-star shards in there. I didn't count Valiant crystals in there or the relic crystals. I did count in there the tier 4 alphas, tier 7 basics, and the Jubilant crystal. So in between these things, majority of the drops will happen. Obviously there's going to be everything else in between as well, but the key aspect here is, like, if the quantities are good enough, I said. So let's take a look at the quantities for the Superior Banquet crystal. First of all, 10 generic 7-star 6 stones. I think that's fine. I think that's reasonable. I think that's a fairly good pull. I'd be happy with that for 300 units. 10 6 stones, nothing game breaking, but not awful either. But also 2 7-star signature stone class plus 5. That's again 10 6 stones, not specific classes, but still would be quite happy with that. Why not? 1000 7-star awakening gem shards. Sure, I suppose 1000 isn't like too much, but I'm sure by the end of it it's going to add up. It's not the craziest reward. It's not something that I would celebrate, but it's gonna, we're probably gonna end up forming 7-star awakening gems throughout the event. So that is not bad. 2500 Titan Hero Crystal Shards. Nah, that's not a great amount. I wouldn't be happy to get that, I suppose. Neither I would be happy to get 5000 7-star Hero Crystal Shards, but that's why we're not counting them in the good drops. What is there, though? Now, 14,028, so that's like 25% and 50% tier 4 alpha catalyst fragments. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I think that's only getting like half a tier 4 alpha. Again, it's hardly the jackpot, but it still would contribute, meaningfully towards progressing to be able to rank something up. And 6,000 and 12,000 tier 7 basic catalyst fragments. Sure, again, it could have been worse. The Kabam could have been doing like the 3,000 and 5,000 a month or something. So again, I don't think it's game breaking. It's kind of in line with the rest of the event. I don't think the event is game breaking at all for majority of the players. However, I do not see anything that would be kind of like wowfully bad there. And obviously we do have the 7.77% chance to get the Jubilant crystal, which we're going to take a look at just in a second. The other values there is like, a little bit of drops of 7-star or Titan shards, which are quite frankly quite meaningless. They really are. You're going to open like, let's say 10 crystals gets you like extra 10,000 7-star shards. So this is kind of disappointing, really. They could have just moved those shards kind of in here and be done with it, but no. So this one is getting 100 7-star shards in 2025, nearly 2026. It is kind of, to me, it seems like, what's the best way? It was more worth it was more effort to code it rather than it was the benefit of the players who, so I think that's quite bad. Here, sure, there's going to be like bits or full tier 3 alpha catalyst fragments, tier 5 class catalyst fragments, all of these kind of like filling up automatically. I don't mind at all. It's always kind of a drag to make sure that you have the tier 5s and tier 6s these days and keep on top of those. So yeah, sure, kind of like this section there. Price for relic stuff, take it for what you will. I'm not going to break it down too much either, but sure, why not? Then we have 375k gold, 750k gold, 1.5 million or 4 million gold. I think those are meaningful amounts that will add up quite nicely. Also keep in mind that every 15 crystals you open, you are guaranteed to get a Jubilant crystal as a grace. And now let's take a look at the Jubilant crystal itself and the exact items it contains. So, limited pool champion selected. Choose a 7-star champion from Omega Days, Glorious Guardians, Rebirth, or Heart of Fire crystal pools. I think Dark Phoenix not included. So, a lot of people will not be happy with the fact that Dark Phoenix is not there for sure. But, you know, being able to select like a Fam or Tiger or Nick, I think it's quite meaningful. So I think this is like a valuable reward for sure. 1 7-star Awakening Gem, that's a good reward. A little bit of Tier 5 Alpha Catalyst Fragments. I mean, we all know what type of players will care for this the most. 20 7-star Signature Stones, class +5 Crystal. That's a lot. That's like 100 6 stones or 50 generic 6 stones. That is a jackpot. That is very meaningful. That is good. Everybody, I think, would be happy with that. 1 full Tier 7 Basic. That's not bad. 2 7-star Statcast Relics. Sure. 20,000 7-star Titan, so a full Titan Crystal. 1 7-star Founders Keepers Crystal, first appearance. Also not bad. 1 Founders Keepers Banquet Box Key. Sure. 2025 Limited Pool Champion selected. Choose a 7-star champion from them. So there you go. So one of those. 1 Nexus 7-star Hero Crystal. Yeah, I think that's one of the worst things in here, to be honest. 1 Nexus Titan Crystal. Sure, that's not bad. 1 7-star Trophy selected. Jessica Jones, Wolverine, Weapon X, Vision, Thanos, Kang, or a Titan Nexus. Nice. Because again, it can be a Titan Nexus or any one of these that you are missing. And 1 7-star Punisher. Again, the only thing that we do not know for now is the drop rates of these. Because, you know, I doubt that they are equal. We know the drop rates for Superior Banquet Crystal because it's in the game, but we do not know the drop rates for these and the distribution because, again, I highly doubt that they're going to be equal. I think that, you know, Nexus 7-star Hero Crystal is probably going to be the most popular drop here because, or Tier 7 Basic or something. But it does look good. It does obviously look quite good. How many of these Jubilant Crystals we do get to open? Interesting. Let's take a look. I think there is 1 guaranteed, right? 7-star Jubilant Crystal. Oh no, there are 3 in total. I believe there are 3 guaranteed in total there for 21,000 units. Plus, obviously, you will be able to get at least one every 15 crystals that you open. So that's 4,500 units. So you're going to be opening at least like 60 crystals to get to max milestones. So it'll be like 4 more. So there's going to be like 8 of these crystals that we're going to end up opening. Obviously, some players will get marginally more lucky than others. But there will be like quite a few goes at this. So I think that in combination gives a ton of value to those 18,000 units as well. Compared to everything else that we get from this already, with everything that we're going to get from the SBCs. Again, I think for Wales, this is like obviously insanely amazing event. It's impossible to dispute that. The rewards for Wales and the top, you know, top several hundred are going to be quite crazy. But even for the players who just like, let's say, hit the milestones, I think it is a good event. I don't think it's like, again, game-breaking event. I don't think, you know, if you got yourself like mega hyped that you're gonna completely kind of like launch yourself in stratosphere with 40,000 units, that's not gonna happen. But it's better than Cyber Weekend, especially maybe not exactly in the rank up materials, but probably also in rank up materials, pending what you end up pulling. But definitely better than like everything else. You can get like a chunk of Awakening Gem crystals for like you can get at least three Awakening Gems from the guaranteed milestone rewards. You can get a couple 100 6 stones. You're gonna get 2 rank 4s, and then a whole bunch of stuff from the Jubilant crystal as well. So yeah, I think I haven't seen anything that would blow me away completely from this event, but also I haven't seen anything that kind of ruins it. I think the Banquet crystals are better. I think the Jubilant crystal is a good addition. I think the milestones are decent enough. And again, it's kind of within the line of what I expected for most part, for the event to be, better, to be good. I do think like that this is the best sale this year thus far, as it should be, because as I discussed, every next big sale is meant to be kind of like as good, if not better, than the one that it proceeds. And this one looks quite decent. There is one big disclaimer though that I did want to put up, and I maybe should have led with this, but I didn't, and I apologize for that. But I need to find that screenshot. Oh, I think I just did, and then I lost it. There's one important bit that I did want to tell you guys, and that I haven't. And that is, if you're gonna spend money in the game, here you go. If you're gonna end up spending the money in the game, keep in mind, if you're planning on spending the Banquet, keep in mind that the Webstore tracker is not scheduled to go live until the 23rd of December, when the offers go live. But Banquet event starts on 19th. If Webstore has Banquet crystals available prior to then, and it almost certainly will, do not spend your money, because you're not going to be making any progress on the Webstore tracker. Wait those 4 days. Because if you buy them, you will not obtain any points towards the Webstore tracker. If the crystal offers expire prior to 12/23, you will need to decide whether to spend on the Banquet crystal offers or holiday offers, which again, I do recommend, if you do spend something, get the Webstore track going and do not regret that. So again, keep that in mind. Banquet is going to start on 19th. Kabam's 100% going to launch some offers, but it seems that the Webstore tracker is not going live until 23rd. So definitely keep that in mind before you spend any money. Right, that's it for now, and I'm going to catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the